Ladies and gentlemen, rock fans from all around the world, welcome to another episode of Musical People and Journeys, the brand new rock album, because we review rock albums. Welcome to my wonderful panel today, because with me today is Simon Reed. Hello, Simon Reed. Trish White. Hello, Trish White. William Hall.
Hi.
And Pete from Holland, whose name I can never... I'm not pronouncing your surname because I can never do it. So there we go. Welcome, gang. So if you were tuning in for the first time, we review the latest brand new rock albums and rate them out of 5. Will they get into our Hall of Fame? Maybe even our legendary status? We have now, do you know how many albums we've reviewed so far this year?
7.
Just a handful.
It'll be 100 now. 100 by the time we finish these two shows. And we have reviewed 562 albums in total. So it's big news if you get into our top 20 or top 50. Do you know what I mean? It means it's a really good album. So who are we going to start with today? We're going to start with Bury Tomorrow and Will You Haunt Me. Now, somebody who always haunts me since they've been on this show is young Pete. Pete! Haunt away, my friend. What did you think of? Because this is one of your albums that you put forward.
Yep, I did. Will you haunt me with that same patience? So, Bury Tomorrow has been on my radar for quite a while. They're a band that's really getting into their groove. They're just every single album they release, I feel, is a step up from the last one. So, last album they released was Seventh Son. Saw them live on that tour, opening for Wildse Schneep, so they really bring it live. So yeah, incrementally just getting better and better throughout the years. And then this album came, and oh my God, are they peaking right now? Jesus, what a banger of an album this is. Will You Haunt Me with that same patience? So few tracks were already released, like What If I Burn and Villain Arc, so I already knew there was going to be some bangers on it, but my God, was I not prepared for just a back-to-front album with nothing but bangers. Like, you just start listening to it, right at like the first 7 tracks is just all banger, 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 like you just like, guys, can I please catch my breath for a second here? You'll get the chance to catch your breath with Found No Throne, which is like a really nice interlude, just calm things down a bit, bring the album together. But right after that, it's back at it again with Yao Kai, Let Go. It's just, everything is so brilliant on this album. Like, when I first listened to Yao Kai, I was like, why is this track called Yao Kai? Because the chorus goes like, the enemy that I am. So I thought that should have been the title. But then I looked up what Yao Kai means, and it's actually a collective name for anything scary or creepy in Japanese. So, lovely. Yep, really great track. It's really kind of track that sends shivers up your spine, which is great. So, I've got nothing to say about this album except that it's bloody brilliant. That's it.
Wow. Simon, surely, Simon, this must have been your cup of tea.
Yeah, I mean, not a big fan of Bangers and Mash, though. Yeah, no, I was quite excited for this album, as I loved Seventh Son. But, I don't know, this is different right from the opening track. Something seemed a bit different with the sound compared to Seventh Son. I'm not like a big fan of Bury Tomorrow or anything. I only discovered them through that previous album, so I don't have like a deep insight on them. But it is, I don't know, there's just something that seems a tiny bit different in its sound, which is always good that bands are changing a bit. But yeah, there's just something that seemed a bit, I don't know, I can't put my finger on it, but something sounds a bit different with it compared to Seventh Son. I really love Seventh Son. It's one of my favourite albums. Listen to half of it is on my favourites, my personal favourites playlist. I mean, like, you know, standout tracks, like Pete said, you know, What If I Burn, and then, like, there's that really, like, nice tempo shift with Found No Throne, and get a little reprieve, if you will. But, I don't know, overall, the album just didn't land with me as well as I was hoping. I mean, I still have some hope for tomorrow. I'm not ready to bury it just yet, but, yeah, Yeah, not sure.
Trish.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, Trish.
Hello. So, this is music to my ears from the opening track with a bit of growl and scream mixed with harmonised vocals, making me happy and giving me my fix of metalcore. Even better, they are local lads hailing from Southampton and playing Southampton in October this year. What more could a rock chick want? On with the album now. Absolutely loving the track What If I Burn, surely an anthem for them when played on tour. As you listen to the album, you hear the real life stories of anxiety and self-destruction, topics all too well relatable in this day and age. So having an album like this can reach out to people that are going through these emotions so listeners know that they are not alone. And maybe just help one person is something to commend. Found No Throne, what a goosebump track with its building crescendo. For me, it was a standout track on the album. This album was a breath of fresh air to me. I really loved it, and in the excitement of listening to it, I booked a ticket to go and see them in October and realised I double booked myself. So William now has the pleasure of going instead of me.
William, though, will it be a pleasure? Or will this album haunt you as well?
Nigel, I hated it. It was awful. It was so bad.
Good lad. Good lad. Excellent start. Excellent start.
Similar to Pete, I first discovered them when I went to see While She Sleeps on tour, and they were supporting While She Sleeps at Alexandra Palace a couple of years ago, and I know it was a fantastic performance live. And this album as well, it is just phenomenal. I had such a good time listening to it. It's my easily my second most listened to album of this month. So I just couldn't get enough of it. Songs like Villain Arc, The Alkalies we said earlier, What If I Burn, they're all phenomenal tracks, and I could spend so long listening to it again and again and again. It is honestly a work of art that I am very happy. Fantastic vocals, great screams, incredible lyrics, and as Trish said, the theming behind a lot of the songs is very good, very close to home, and hits really well. Just a spectacular album, I think.
Well, I was certainly waiting for a bang, so that it could put me out of my misery, really, because I just thought, oh God, shoot me, just another, like, screamo. You know, there was some moments of lucidity in there. There were some moments of, like, the odd clean vocals that kind of came around that, giving me a slight feint of hope. But as you all know, this is so way out of my wheel in terms of what I enjoy, and I don't, there was not enough really clean vocals in it for me. And again, frustration, musically fantastic, but yeah, vocally and all the rest of it was pretty pants as far as my wheelhouse goes. But hey. But you were kind of half expecting that, weren't you? So I'm not going to labour on because it just was meh. It's all right. Wasn't the worst album.
I feel like I'm going to hear this review a lot this month.
Well, it wasn't the worst album of the month, that's for certain. But no, don't know what all the fuss is about, chaps and chapesses, really. Quite frankly, don't know what all the fuss about. But hey, only 5 of our votes. Now, Dom's not here, but he has voted. So, but only 5 votes will count because it's the power of 5, as we know. Trish, will Bury Tomorrow will it haunt me? Yeah, it will haunt me, but I'll soon forget about it. So let's find out, shall we? Will it get into our Hall of Fame? If it gets an average of 4 or more. Trish, we're going to start with you.
Well, my score will haunt you. It's a 5.
5! William!
Luckily, only 5 votes count, and this vote is another 5.
Ooh! Oh, we are on a roll. Pete!
You know, I don't give out 5s easily.
You don't, mate. You don't.
Can't believe I even touched on the guy's vocals. The guy's got range, but yeah, as far as your Hall of Fame is concerned, I've got my own legendary Hall of Fame metalcore albums that you can always go back to, like Brainwashed from While She Sleeps or Horizons from Parkway Drive. And this album is going right in there. This is a straight up 5.
5! We are on a roll. Dom, as you all well know, absolutely loves this sort of music, but he didn't quite give it a 5. He gave it a 4. Now,
There you go.
I obviously, well, it's going to be obvious that my vote's not going to count, but I give it a 1.5. So, you know, hey, give it something. There was some appreciation in there. So, last but not least, Simon. If Simon gives this more than a 1.5, it's getting to go Hall of Fame. If he gives it a 3, it's getting to our Golden Halls, which is going to be our top 50 albums of all time. If he gives it a 4 or more, it's going to hit legendary status. It's going to become a legendary album, which would be incredible. Now, surely, Simon, hit us. What did you give this out of 5?
Gave it a banger of a 2.5.
Oh, what a letdown. 21.5, 4.3. Still gets into our Hall of Fame, which is fantastic. Didn't quite get into our Hall of Fame, but it did indeed, one of our top albums. So far, it's got into our 17th out of 20 out of 100. So it's not quite automatic pick for Album of the Year, but who knows? One of you might pick a wild card. And 52nd album, joint 52nd album of all time. So a pretty impressive result. Well done to Bury Tomorrow and Will You Haunt Me, despite my lack of appreciation, shall we say. Anyway, thank you very much to my wonderful panel today. Thank you to Pete, to William, to Simon and to Trish. Keep on tuning in. Hey, like and subscribe. We are nearly at 500 subscribers, which would be amazing. So please hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you very much and keep on rocking.